So we've lived in Colorado for over 20 years, but this is actually our first trip up the incline.
And so we thought that we would share with you a little bit of what our experience is like, from logistics of where to park to what it's like to actually hike up these 2,700 stairs. Parking everywhere in Manitou is pretty limited, and we haven't found anywhere that you can park for free. So the two main options for doing the incline are to park near the trailhead. There's a place, Iron Mountain Chateau, where you can pay $10 to park, or you can park in town at the Hiawatha parking lot where you can get a free shuttle into town. The pay in that lot is per hour. Right now it's $1 an hour. And so we're about to hop on the shuttle. We actually chose a third option, which we're staying at the Villa Motel right across the street from the Hiawatha lot, where we've just been able to walk over and catch the shuttle from there. So those are sort of the parking options for the incline. There's no fee for the hike itself, but because the incline has gotten so popular, you will need to make a timed reservation, and you will need to show proof of that reservation at the base of the hike before you begin.
So here we are at the base of the incline, which is basically a stairway that's 2,000 feet gain in less than a mile.
Yep.
Yep.
So in addition to obviously being a really steep hike, you also need to take into account that there is some elevation to contend with it. The start is at 6,500 feet, making the end at about 8,500 feet. So if you're not from Colorado, it's a good idea to be around and acclimate for a couple of days before you take this on.
So you definitely want to start this hike early, because weather can be a factor, and also bring plenty of water, of course.
So we're doing this in the fall, so it's not going to be quite as hot, but during the summer I know it can be pretty brutal. And last but not least, just take your time. It's not a race. It might be for some people who live here. I know people train here a lot, but it is not a race, and just get out there and enjoy the views and take your time.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're at the step number 1,400, which is just a little bit past the halfway point.
So at this point, it's been, I guess the average grade is 45%. Like so far it's been, more, you can tell it's about to get steeper, basically.
Yeah, I think it's going from stairs to a ladder at this point.
There is, at step 1,300, there is a bailout side trail that you can take back down if you're looking up at this and thinking, I might be over my head. But we're gonna keep going.
Oh, we're almost there.
Yeah. All right. Onward.
Dramatic for the thumbnail. It's not that bad. So we made it.
We made it.
Made it. Piece of cake.
I think it was about as expected. It wasn't easy. I was
Yeah.
out of breath, but it's not long.
Yeah, and
Doable.
the steps are marked, which helps. Like, it gives you the step count, so you can sort of know how far you have to go, which to me helps.
Yeah, it helped a lot, and it also lets you not get fooled. There's sort of a false summit, or you might think that you're closer to the top than you are, and so it helps to see the every 100 steps there's a marker. So that helped.
And this time of year was good. We're late October, so it wasn't that crowded.
And it wasn't
the
that
weather,
hot.
yeah, the weather was good. And we lucked out. Weather's really good for us this morning.
So it was a perfect day. And now we get to hike down the trail because a lot of people, when it's crowded, going down the incline could be a mess. And so they recommend that you take the bar trail down. So it's longer. It's going to be about 3-mile hike downhill back to the parking lot. So in case you're wondering how an odd trail like this came about, it was originally actually a cable tram that was set up to ferry materials up on the hillside where they were building a pipeline. After that, it became a tourist attraction. People went up to see the view, and then ultimately that upkeep was pretty steep. And in 1990, there was a rock slide that damaged the tracks, and so they had to take out the rails and the cable tram, and then the railroad ties were just sort of sitting there on the hillside. And ultimately, people see that, they see a challenge, and so people started hiking and running up the incline, and today it's a more established hiking, running trail.